Good afternoon. We're back with episode 1 of restoring this 2007 WRX back to its OEM glory. The main purpose of today's video is going to be we need to change the spark plugs on this car and we need to recharge the AC system. So we're going to have to pull a vacuum on the AC system and then put in our refrigerant and make sure we don't have any leaks. The reason for the spark plugs is we have a cylinder 2 and 4 misfire. The reason I think that it is spark plugs is because I can touch cylinder 1 and 3 spark plugs here, but you can't really get to them over there. You have to pull a bunch of stuff apart. So I have a feeling that it was laziness of the previous owner to change out those spark plugs. So we're going to pull those and check those out. Let's get into changing these spark plugs first so that we don't have to work on a hot motor. Might be able to see, but right there you have to take out the battery. It's one coil pack right there and another one is just right there. So you have to pull coil pack off, then pull spark plug out, and then we're going to replace them with NGK iridiums. We're going to pull these spark plugs out here to release the coil pack from the head. It is a 12mm nut. And just like that, there's one Subaru coil pack. And it is difficult to see what I'm doing over here with the motor in the car, but that's back, this is front. I just have them laid out. That's back and that's the front. All you're gonna need is a deep well 5/8 to be able to pull out the spark plug, and that's about it. It's just a pull and replace. These bad boys here, if you can see, just a touch lean. So I have a feeling that these were kind of fouled out in comparison to a new one. We'll check the gaps on these guys, make sure they were gapped to spec. But also, you can see here that the crush washer on this spark plug wasn't even crushed down, so it wasn't even in there tight. And we have a little bit of heat on the back of the strap. But let's check this gap real quick and make sure that it's at a factory spec. I'm just surprised that this one wasn't even seated all the way in and tightened. It's an NGK iridium, so maybe these will be good backups if I do clean them. But let's get this other one out of here because I'm curious to see how that one's gonna fare. Plug number 2 also looks like it's running a little bit lean. You can see that. But also, once again, this crush washer, not even crushed. Not even crushed. So, whoever did plugs sucks. I hope you're watching this. You suck. Just for reference, let's see if I can show you. Here's a new NGK. And here's the old NGK. Look at the crush washers. They're exactly the same. So, whoever did these ones, do better. But now it's time for reinstallation, so let's put in these new ones. Let's get these bad boys in there. Alright, so we got the spark plugs in. Now it's time to throw in the coil packs back in. And it is a lot easier if you do get them clipped in, like the electrical connector clipped in prior to installing it. That will help out tremendously, especially on cylinder 4 where you can't frickin' see anything. So we got coil pack number 1, coil pack number 2, but those are done. So now this side is going to be so much easier, as you can probably tell. There they both are, right there. That's a lot easier than having zero space to work over here. Okay, so here's our second coil pack. Whoever was in here last broke the clip off this. So here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to take a zip tie, slide it in there so that it won't come unclipped. I'll show you what I mean. And we're gonna put the zip tie through right there. We're gonna put the zip tie through right here. Just like that. Have the coil pack in here. I need this flipped around. Slide it in like this to where it'd be normally clipped in, and then clip it on like that. And then it won't come out. So, just a little trick if any of you guys didn't know that. All the plugs did not look too bad. They're all a little dark, but on the tips they all look a little lean, and I think that has to do with this engine needing a tune. But all the plugs are changed. I have a tune coming next week, so we're not going to be ripping the car really until we get a tune on 93, because Cobb has not come out with their E85 or their Flex yet. Their EPA green. Here's what we got next. As you can see, it is a dirty job working on a Subaru that has been neglected because it's ass. But our AC system keeps losing Freon, and I think I found out the reason why last week. So I was on this compressor side here, and I was checking out this hose, and this should not move, and it doesn't now, but it was wiggling before, and because the actual low pressure side that goes into the compressor, this was completely loose, and I could see the seal, so I'm assuming this is where it was leaking out of, is this guy right here. So we're going to hook up the gauges to our high side, low side, and we're going to pull a vacuum on the system, and we're going to see if it holds pressure. Alrighty, so we have our manifold gauges set up with our handy dandy Harbor Freight vacuum pump, and we have the high pressure side and low pressure side open, so we're going to pull vacuum on the system. Alright, so I have it at, with the low pressure side at a vacuum of like 23 pounds, or inch pounds, I guess, and let it sit there and I guess see if there's any sort of leaks anywhere. But if it doesn't hold vacuum, then you have a leak in your AC system somewhere, but let's hope that's not the case. So I do have a can of Arctic Freeze. Pretty badass and high quality stuff. But no, this is the synthetic refrigerant of the R134A. I'm in Florida, so they do allow us public people to have that. So basically what we're going to do here is I'm going to shake this guy up, and since the system held pressure, we're going to start the vehicle, hook this to the low pressure side, and then squirt away and hope we have AC. You're going to want your internal fan control settings on max AC. And that one's done. So I did buy 2 more of these, just so that in the off chance this happened, because the system was pretty much bone dry. I am running out of time here, but we got the AC system recharged, we got the spark plugs changed, coil packs reconnected, so we shouldn't have that misfire anymore. Next video, what I want to tackle is the windshield washer reservoir is cracked. We need a new one of those and or fix this one. We need to clean the air intake system, and we need to change the radiator fluid, as well as change some boots, and some boots that are cracked for the hot side of the charge pipes. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this portion of this video and episode 1 of restoring this Hawkeye. Thank you guys for sticking around. Let me know what else you guys want to see with this type of video or my content in general. But I appreciate every one of you guys watching the end of this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.